Do you drink way too much alcohol? Infomercial beginning. So did I, and these are my stories of how I got to the point that I quit alcohol, what I'm doing to stay off of it, and what I plan to do to build a life for myself that is better than the one that I had when I was drinking too much. In this series, the second video that I made was all about stop counting the days of how long you've been sober. And this is just an update on that I am now past 4 months in. 2 points. The first one is, it's going to be impossible not to count the days. I've tried to forget, but every time I think about it, I go, oh, what was the day that I quit and how many months? It's been 4 months. Of course, it's exciting to know how long you've been sober for when you're invested in the project. So although I said stop counting the days, you're going to do it anyway. The important thing is that it's not the important thing to do. It's just something that's going to happen. And the second point, the more important thing is, I spoke about tracking a replacement habit instead. And I'd like to expand on that because there's something that I've been doing that has been life-changing, and that is tracking 3 separate metrics in 3 separate ways. This is not going to just help you quit drinking alcohol. It's definitely going to put you on track for a much healthier, fitter, stronger, mentally adept, awesome life. What are the 3 things? They are exercise, money, and emotions. And I'll throw in a bonus one, which is also very important, but it does come after exercise. I'll explain that a little bit later. So let's start with the first one, exercise. Why is it important to track this? And what do I mean by tracking it? Well, it does depend on what type of exercise you're doing. If you're running, you're going to want to track the mileage, what distance you're doing. And if you're lifting weights, you're going to want to track which exercises you're doing and how much progressive load you're getting over time. Regardless of the type of exercise that you do, the more you capture data about the progress, the more you are able to reflect back on that data and say, I can make a better plan for myself. For years, I would just kind of go through the motions and dibble dabble and wonder why I wasn't seeing results or making progress in any form of fitness, strength, or mobility. And for the last few months, I have been tracking this. I have been making notes to say, this is where I'm at. And that's where I'm going. And this is what I meant when I said stop tracking the days of how long you're sober and start tracking where you are in your exercise program. And the best way to start this practice, if it's new to you, is to just do it week by week. For now, you can do just 1 week to see what I mean. How that works is you write yourself out a plan. You say, in this week, I plan to do this. Here's an example so you know what I mean. My plan is a mixture of weightlifting and mobility exercises. So on Monday, I'm going to do a traditional push day consisting of these 4 exercises. On Tuesday, I'm going to do a traditional pull day consisting of these 4 exercises. On Wednesday, I'm going to do a legs day consisting of these 5 exercises. On Thursday, I'm going to go for a run. On Friday, I'm going to do animal flow movement. And every day, I'm going to do at least 2 minutes of handstand practice. Saturday, I will do yoga, and Sunday will be a rest day. That's just off the top of my head, a plan. Put together a plan, write it down. Then over the course of the next week, just track how did you perform in relation to your plan. This is not about you have to get it right. It's just about tracking, did it work? Did it fail? And if it did fail, make a note. Why? I was too tired. I didn't want to go. I had to fetch the kids from the school and I couldn't exercise. I had an assignment. I had homework. My job wouldn't let me out early. So if something bad happens, you want to capture the data of why you couldn't do the thing. And if it goes well, you mark down that it all worked out fine and I feel that this was good. At the end of the 7 days, you look at your plan, you look at your data, and you make an assessment. This only takes a few minutes, but having that on pen and paper or on a spreadsheet actually gives you the ability to say, I'm making a different choice going into next week. I'm going to adjust my plan because it failed at these points for this reason. Or conversely, you could say, this was good, but I think I could probably push myself just a little bit more. So the next week, you adapt your plan ever so slightly to keep making it work. And you keep doing this week on week until one day in the near future, you arrive at a plan that is sustainable, something that you can do consistently. Now that you've got the principle, basically, you just apply this to the other domains that I've spoken about. So, number 2 is money. This is as simple as tracking your in and out. How much money comes in? How much money goes out? This is something I've been doing for over a year now, and it has been life changing. Basically, every Sunday, I just open up a spreadsheet and I check off every expense that I have, put it into different categories. Like, is this food? Is this household? Is this medical? Is this a regular every month expense like rent, phone, medical? I'm not going to give you the details of how to break down your budget. The point is that what you want is, again, a weekly system that tracks the data of your life. This is not a financial podcast. I am not a financial advisor. Do not take financial advice from me other than collect the data of your life, because that is what is going to change your ability to make better decisions in the future. And so too with the third and final category. I covered this extensively in the previous video. Document, capture the data of your emotions. This is done in the form of journaling. You can do it using the emo dump, daily journaling, or specific writing exercises. Once again, this is something that is best done daily, but it is also something that you can just do once a week. If you can put your energy that is wasted on trying to track how long you've been sober and instead direct it towards tracking the data of these three domains, you are going to slowly pull your life into a very, very positive direction. And to be clear, I'm not saying this is how to get absolutely ripped, how to get super rich, and how to become a total Zen master of your emotions. No. This is just the first step in the direction to have the possibility to become those things. I am neither of those three things at this point in time in my life, but what I am is on the right track towards those things. Right now, I am the fittest, leanest, and strongest I have ever been in my life at 37 years old. Just over 3.5 years ago, I was 25 kilograms heavier than I am now, and I could barely do a pull-up. Just over 3 years ago, I had no idea where my money was going, and I didn't understand why I was always broke. Now I have budgets that I stick to, I have savings, and I have an actual investment plan with the little bit of savings that I have. And this has obviously given me the freedom to start increasing my income too. And I don't think it needs saying that my emotional journey from where I was, from the absolute neurotic, crazy mess, I have turned into somebody who can maintain that. Not shove it away, not push it away, not wish it wasn't so, but rather say, I accept that that's a part of me, and I have a place to put that emotion. I have a place to process it, and that's in my journal. What all three of these have in common is that they're just simply data collection. I have become a data collector, and now I have become a data analyst of my own life. And that's all I needed to put myself on a much better trajectory. And here's the kicker. All of these things are the absolute reason why I don't feel the need to go back to drinking. My life is not something I want to run away from. My life is something I want to be in. I am challenged by it, yes. I still go through very difficult times and bad moods, and I just feel like I want to give up sometimes. But I don't, because I feel a big sense of like achievement behind me that I've come this far, even though I'm still early in the journey. I have come this far, and now I know I can go all the way, and I want to. And alcohol just has no place in that life. It cannot, because it will drag me down. But more importantly than dragging me down, it doesn't even fit in there. It doesn't match the character I am becoming. So this is why it's so important to start learning how to track these things, how to make the habit of stop counting your alcohol-free days and start counting the positive habits in your life. And the three that I've mentioned have been life-changing for me. Important to notice, don't overwhelm yourself with this type of thing. Don't try and go for gold and be the perfect system of tracking everything and every little detail. And I've tried that. It fails because it's too much. It's too overwhelming. You have to start with small baby steps. And this is why I said, pick one of them and do it for 1 week and improve on it the second week. And then you can come back to me and say, okay, I think I get it. I think I'm feeling what you were talking about. That's the point. If you get to that point, then you will want to continue because you feel the little win. And when you feel the little win of one of them, then you can consider adding the second. And when you feel the win of the second, you can start adding the third. And if you've got these three in place, keep that going for a while and you can start adding another one, which in this case has been for me also now tracking what I eat. Because quite frankly, you can gym and exercise your entire life and still put on weight and still look in the mirror and go, I'm not really happy with the way I'm looking, because you're just putting more in than you're getting out. Simple equation, just like with the money. If you spend more than you make, you're going to be in a pile of. But if you reverse that, you're going to start saving money. And so too, if you put less in than you are burning, you're going to start looking better in the mirror. And of course, let's not bullshit ourselves. That is what we all want. So tracking your food intake is something that I am also doing. I am struggling with it, so I have to do it in 30-day bursts. That is my challenge this month. I'm tracking my food for a month, and I know that through this process I'll learn which foods need to go, which ones can stay, which combinations work, and again I will learn the skill of knowing how to nourish myself healthily. Slow, steady, easy does it. I'm 3 years into this process and only now am I adding the fourth habit. So guys, it's slow. It really is slow. Start with one if you are doing none. That's it. That's my one step deeper in how to track data out of your life to improve your life. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to ask me in the comments. If you have any things to point out to say, hey, Dean, you could be doing that better, please let me know. I'm not an expert at this. I'm not claiming to say that I have the perfect solution, but what I have is a way to start getting towards a perfect solution. Before we try and optimize our life, let's just get our basic shit together. And that's what this is. You do that, and I promise you, quitting alcohol will be way, way easier. That's it from me. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Ciao.